18 people have been confirmed dead after a plane crashed during takeoff in Kathmandu at around 11 a.m. local time. The pilot has been rescued and is undergoing treatment. According to the reports, the plane had first caught fire after skidding off the runway during takeoff at the Kathmandu airport. It then crashed into a field east of the runway. According to the airport security chief, the plane was carrying two crew members and 17 technicians to Pokhara city for maintenance checks when the accident took place. Firefighters were immediately rushed to the crash site to douse the flames as thick black smoke billowed into the sky. The plane belonged to local Saurya Airlines. According to Flight Radar 24, Saurya operates domestic flights in Nepal with two Bombardier CRJ-200 regional jets, which are both around 20 years old. We are now being joined by our correspondent Saloni Murarka from Kathmandu. Saloni, what is the latest you've picked up on the ground, and more on the conditions which led to the crash actually?
Yes. I'm in the domestic wing of the Kathmandu airport at the moment, and just on the other side we have the runways there, and Prime Minister Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli and the Home Minister Ramesh Lekak, both the leaders visited the crash site, and they met with the search and rescue operators, and they took stock of the situation for over 35 minutes, and they have just left the airport. And WION even spoke to the Nepali Congress leaders here visiting the crash site, and they have said that, however, the reason of the crash is unknown. The investigation by the engineers, however, will continue to determine the cause of the crash. And we know that this small aircraft is a CRJ-200, and it could not gain the altitude momentum, and after it took off, it just skidded off to the other runway and crashed very hard, and that has killed 18 people on board, and while the pilot is in a critical condition in the nearest airport KMC hospital.
Saloni, the death count earlier stood at 17. It's now 18. Was there a casualty after the rescue?
No, not exactly. While the search and rescue operation were going on, the condition of the flight is not really very feasible to carry out the search and rescue operation. But the numbers have always been that it's very unlikely for anybody to come out of it alive. However, the pilot has survived so far just because he jumped before the crash took place out of the plane. But the numbers initially, you're right, it was said that 2 passengers are alive, but initially they thought that the passenger that they're trying to retrieve from the ashes is kind of will make it, but he didn't. So the numbers have been confirmed now. It's 18 confirmed dead, and 1 is in the hospital.
So Saurya Airlines operates domestic flights in Nepal with 2 Bombardier CRJ-200 regional jets, which are both 20 years old. So would you say officially has the age of this been attributed to the cause of the crash yet, or is that still to be determined?
No, it's still yet to be determined, the exact cause of the crash. But you're right, most of the domestic flights here that are operated in Nepal are almost 16 to 20 years old and has always been taken from some other countries. Like in previous cases, we have seen most of the flights that crashed, like last year, Yati airline that crashed in Pokhara, was almost 17 years old and was taken from the Italy, the second-hand aircraft. So in Nepal, majorly the second-hand aircraft are used domestically. But definitely this time, the reason cannot be the weather at all. And like we have seen in the previous instances as well, when the Nepal government and the authorities, they always tend to come out on the weather being the reason of the crash. But this time, there is no way of it, as the flight hardly took off. And even I was here, and the weather was pretty clear. So definitely there's some technical issues. And like you said, it's a 20 years old flight. Yes, it is. And this might be definitely the reason, as Nepal often fails to maintain the flights here, even after taking second hand from some other countries.
Saloni Murarka, thank you so much for joining us with the latest on that rather unfortunate incident that unfolded this morning. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.